Alright, welcome back everybody. Here is your host. We have a ton of amazing new eyes to talk about today. These are literally some of the best new tools to come out this week. I think you're really gonna love them. But before we get started, alright, so we have a new paper by Google DeepMind. It's called Alpha Pixel Zoo, and this is a super cool AI that allows us to generate animal images with pixel level accuracy. So this means that it's also great at details. Let me show you some examples. So given a breed, you can generate a photorealistic image of that animal. Here are some examples of Persian cats. And by the way, these are generated images, not stock photos. Here are some bunnies, here are some birds. And even though this AI is great at details, sometimes it generates some eyes that look a little weird. Here are some dogs, and notice how cute these are. I mean, look at this Pomeranian. Here are some sheep and pigs, and this is super impressive. Usually, when you have this kind of detail in your image, the faces usually look blurry, but this one is able to generate sharp faces plus sharp fur. Here's a deer, and this is a crazy generation. Look at these details. This is a bear, and look at these claws. It even gets the fur and eyes right. It can even generate these animals in the wild. So here is a deer in the forest, and look at that beautiful background. Even the lighting looks natural. Here's a rabbit. Again, the details are absolutely crazy. We also have this pig which is rooting around in the mud, and yes, you can even generate fictional creatures. So here's a magical unicorn eating grass in the mountains. That's really cool. And of course, it's also able to generate different breeds of each species. Here's a tabby cat, here's a Persian cat, here's a fluffy cat. This is a Siamese cat, so you can generate 12 different species and 45 breeds of these animals. And what's awesome is that they've already released the code and the models, so you can use this to generate your own animal images today. Next up, this is big. Microsoft Research just announced 2 new demos that you can play around with. One is their AI-powered text editor that allows you to write code with ease, and the other one is a chat interface where you can ask it anything about your project and it would answer you like a personal assistant. Both of these are powered by the new GPT-5 DaVinci and Ligi model, and if you try these out, I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Next up, if you ever wanted to train your own large language model, now you can do this on a $100 GPU. So a team at Google just proposed a new model called Pomelo. It's based off of a smaller base model called Mistral 7B, and this allows you to train your own language model with 5 to 10 times less compute. This means that you could train your own large language model on a consumer-grade $100 GPU. And if you want to try this out yourself, they've actually released a quick start guide and tutorials. So this is actually really accessible for anyone. Next up, we have a new demo by Stability AI where you can actually edit your generative AI images. You can remove objects from the scene or even move them around. So for example, if you don't like this airplane, well, you can simply click on it and remove it. I'm thinking of getting rid of this castle. I'm thinking of moving this character over here. It says you are manipulating a generative AI model. The generation will be unique and may not match the prompt. But I'm pretty sure that there are ways to fine-tune this system to be much more controllable. But this is pretty cool. It's super early, and if you want to try this out for yourself, you can join their Discord. Next up, in a paper that came out last year, I highlighted a few techniques where researchers were able to leverage different types of data to train ChatGPT. It had access to the internet, access to different files and documents. They had access to emails and other types of data sources, and now those techniques are being applied to the real world. So this is a new paper that just came out where the authors are looking at how ChatGPT could help software engineers 3 times faster. So they give it access to their code repositories, and they give it access to all their public issue trackers. Then they ask it questions related to their code base, like how often is this function used in production? And ChatGPT was able to find the answer. They tested this across different teams and different organizations, and in every case it was 3 times faster than what humans were taking. This AI was even able to tell the developers that this code hasn't been touched in 3 years. It was able to summarize certain components and also fix bugs. And what's awesome is that since ChatGPT remembers all the information that it's been trained on, it was able to help in cases that even the developers weren't able to figure out. I think this might just be the beginning. Next up, this is cool. If you like the AI dungeon, you're definitely going to love this. It's called Hero Forge, and this allows you to build your own interactive worlds and stories. You can build your own story with this AI, so you describe a scene and then you describe what happens next. And this AI decides what you see next, and then you keep going back and forth until you're happy with the story. So for example, the hero enters a dark cave filled with torches hanging from the walls. The floor is covered in moss and rocks, and then he continues deeper into the cave, hearing strange dripping sounds, and then you feel a cold breeze on your neck and the torch goes out, plunging you into total darkness, and then you can keep building on the story. Now they've only released this for a limited number of people, but if you want to check it out, you can join their Discord. Next up, Microsoft just released a new AI called XFempeg. This is like Fempeg but with superpowers. So if you're unfamiliar with Fempeg, this is a command line tool that can handle all your video and audio editing needs. This can cut, join, crop, resize, rotate, do all your video encoding and decoding, convert different video formats. It can do everything. Now imagine this tool but on steroids. That's what we have with XFempeg. So here's an example where you have a video clip that is supposed to be funny, but the audio does not match the video, so you can pipe it through XVamp. It understands what's happening in the video and it synthesizes a brand new audio track for you. Here's another one where you have a video with too much background noise, so you can pipe it through XPeg and it synthesizes a clean audio track for you. Here's a video with no audio, so you can pipe it through XFempeg. It watches the video, listens to it, and it figures out what is being said in the video and synthesizes it. And this can even handle foreign languages. And here's a video where it reduces the voiceover and makes it sound like a woman. And here's another one where it changes the speaker's emotion. Here's a grumpy guy, and here's that same guy, but it makes him sound excited. And what's awesome is that this has been released already. You can run it on your computer. You can even self-host it. Now if you're familiar with Fempeg, it's pretty easy to use, but if you want an easier way to use this, next up, researchers from the University of Oxford are working on something that they call a light transport neural network. So basically this AI is able to simulate how light bounces off of objects and reflects and refracts in the real world, and this will allow us to create realistic scenes without having to shoot them. So here's a teapot with a really complicated shading setup. This would normally take hours to set up, but